Well, good morning and happy new moon. Welcome to my channel. I am the Mermaid. Woo. On this channel, we focus on healing and elevating, okay? By letting go of um, indoctrinated ideology from our childhood and society that is not for our highest good. Again, welcome to the channel. Thanks for being here. Spirit wanted me to talk about family dynamics and how hatred really causes the aggressor to stand still their entire life. There are people in the family that I grew up in that they spent their whole they would get together several times a year to do spell work on me, not focus on their own progeny, not reach their own goals. And I'm doing better than all of them put together, spiritually, in any way you want to put it together. Okay, any facet of my life you'd like to look at, even with spell work. What does that tell you? But Spirit wanted me to look at the dynamic between the two X-Men characters, um, of Wolverine and Sabretooth. Sabretooth is a perfect example of his root chakra broken. He doesn't trust people. He's always angry, no control of his emotions, and he lashes out and projects at others. Now, we will never know what latent powers Sabretooth has because he stopped trying when he was a very young person. So his whole life was just a waste of space. He focused on if I had if they had given me a chance to have the claws or go through that process like Wolverine, I would be celebrated. I would know you wouldn't, because that is his thing, not yours. And I believe that Sabretooth has special latent powers that the the weirdos at the lab that he worked for, whatever, the government isn't going to tell you that you have natural latent powers that's equal to Wolverine's. They wouldn't tell you. And also, if they told you that you were powerful, you wouldn't be their lackey. And that's how it works in these groups and all these societies. They're all a bunch of broken, sick, sadistic, trifling sadists who had messed up childhoods. They have no self-esteem, and they only exist and feel good in a group where they all pass around the same lies. Oh yeah, you look good. No, you don't. You look like shit. And so does your breath. Try to clean yourself up before you come to these meetings because you stink. You don't have to say it like that, but it's still the truth. They hate the truth. They abhor it. It makes them itchy hearing the truth about themselves, looking at themselves, working on themselves. But they have time and space and energy for you. Woo-hoo. Spirit said that, I know it's a fictional group, Marvel and the X-Men, but if Sabretooth did some work on himself and healed, he and Wolverine had a special mission in life that they needed to carry out to help other little children like themselves who have powers and who grew up with messed up parents. But no, he'd rather be the government's lackey. And I know they experimented on Sabretooth, and they probably stole his DNA and blah, blah, blah. They don't understand. You just stand still when you're in these groups. And you yeah, okay. Well, they think that they can affect my life and do stuff. Yeah, yeah. How's yours going there, darling? Oh my gosh, in my third high, members of the family that I grew up with, I call them the Adams family. Let's call them that from hands on. And I actually like Gomez and his wife, but just, because they're creepy crawlies, I'll call them the Adams family. I saw members of that group because they were so reckless and they exposed certain societies that they work with in groups. I saw them being physically beaten. I just want to point out two things. I have seen more than once that the members of the family, the members of these secret societies and covens and such, the people who are melanated like me, if they have an infraction, the way they mentally control them, it's like slavery. They whip them, and they put like those neck collars they saved from slavery, and the way they treated Kunta Kinte. I saw them be like stringing them up. Yeah. And they allow this. And these are the same sickos that want to come after me. And they think that there's something wrong with me because, I don't buy into white superiority. What the hell is that? Why would I accept that somebody's better than me? Just on principle. But yeah, and one of the members, she's well over 70. That thing is so old. It is like and it's been, the size, the width of that stick. And they were beating her. And it's not the first time she was beaten. And she is one of the people that wanted to, if she could poison me and make sure I was dead right now, she would. And she's a lackey for basically white supremacists. Oh my gosh! Spirit just told me that the Adams family that I grew up with, oh, you're right. They think like Uncle Ruckus on, they think like Uncle Ruckus. Anything about, they hate it. I'm telling you. Yeah, they hate it. But yeah, Wolverine and that's what they tell me. Wolverine and Sabretooth were supposed to work together. And there's so many setbacks that Wolverine had because Sabretooth, when I don't know if you go back, and it was actually a Native American woman, but in the movie they had her, she looked Russian or something. But and that's why they lived in the Canadian, where they lived is close enough to her, a reservation of her people. And if you go back and you search online, they'll tell you Silver Fox was her name. Yeah, she was Native. And she actually worked for the government, what do they call it? The shadow government. Like me, they follow me and they want me to join them. And this has happened to us. It's the same script. They sent me a handler. But you can't send somebody to be a handler that you have far more intelligence than. And she's like, yeah, you're weird, I'm gone. But she actually started to care for Wolverine. And Sabretooth found out that Wolverine was happy in a domestic situation, and he wanted to be the one to break it up. He just used government, the same as the Addams family. They used their government connections and technology to follow me and to send a handler or do things to disrupt my life. Do you not see your own progeny? You don't have time and space to try to shape those monsters, because all the hidden monies or whatever that you've amassed through theft, are you not losing it? What did he say? Are you not entertained? Yes, you're And on top of all of the nefarious things y'all have to do, on top of that, you guys are pimped out. You have to give a blood oath. You have to commit crimes and all. And on top of all of this, you have to get on your knees and suck that old man's. Well, you got to be kidding me. If that man ever pulled his pants down in front of me, I guarantee you he wouldn't be able to zip it back up. Jeez, you guys have no. It doesn't matter. What do you guys get out of these stupid? They beat you. They call you the N word. They kick you. And actually, yeah, in the thing, the older and somebody that has my skin color can never become one of the elders that wear a special color in the Masons and whatever. And they actually do have separate black orders because they figured you should have gone to God, not started your own order. But if you don't complete a project properly or in time, they have a special boot that they kick black people with. Um, they show me black people. There aren't that many, but the ones that think like we're Uncle Ruckus, they're like, well, if they only do it because they love me and they want me to. They beat them, they whoop them, and they grab, and they put a chain around their neck and they have to be nude and they yank it. I was like, I know you. And then, and actually, when they do sexual acts, the blind people, they put this chain around, they put this belt thing, buckle thing, and you have to service people with fellatio, and then they yank it and they kick him in the ass. I'm like, oh. And these people think they're better than me. Oh my goodness. You can never make me buckle and you can never make me bow because I serve God. And also, a lot of the people that they work with to come after me, they don't like free thinking black people. Well, too fucking bad. You should have left us where we were, you dumb bitch. Nobody asked your stupid ass to come over there. But you interjected, so you can get hands and work. Okay. No, I never get up and think of any particular group of people, but I know what. Yeah, yuck. And a lot of people in they're in the music industry, child. I saw some things. Ooh, I said, now you too, boo boo. No, baby, no, you do. I'm like, baby, no. Yes, and that's why some of these people are in some of these groups with the Addams family, and the Addams family said, okay, let's do this. Let's get rid of her. I want my daughter to live under her identity. And they're like, whatever indignity I go through with these older white men, and even though they use me as a cum rag, my daughter will be able to marry rich. Oh my gosh. And these are the same women that think that a woman can't truly be happy or do well in life without a man's assistance. I don't know what that means. And look how you treat yourself. That's what you want for your child. Okay. So let's pull some of these lovely cards. These are the language of letting go. I truly believe that since I started my channel, some of the members of the Addams family that they've done spell work on, who's waking up, is understanding that they have a choice and they don't have to continue what their auntie or their mommy did. Because what they do to their own progeny is that they dedicate them to these groups and to Lucy. Okay? All right. Yeah. These are the kind of people that think they're better than people.